again to our show that is called Real Shame, where we review movies that we should have seen but we haven't quite gotten to yet. I'm Adam.
I'm Andy.
Earlier, I don't know what to say. Earlier in the week, we were talking about a movie that I haven't seen called Midnight Run, and we decided to pair that with a movie that Andy hasn't seen, even though that's not our usual format. But hey, let's do it. Let's dig into it. And that movie is going to be
The Rundown from 2003. Bounty hunter Beck, no, not the musician Beck, wants nothing more than to do one last job, get paid thousands of dollars, and open up a little restaurant, not a coffee shop this time.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
He is tasked with picking up his employer's son, Travis, but to do so, he must travel to Brazil, where he has to contend with a ruthless local businessman, Cornelius Hatcher, as well as rebels who want nothing more than to be free from Hatcher and his men and his mining operation. This is The Rundown.
I'm not going back.
Oh, you're going back.
Oh.
No way. Right now.
Who the hell do you think you are, huh? You come into my town, messed up my bar. You eyeball my woman?
Eyeball your woman?
It's on. What's this? Huh? Who is this? Is he your friend? Do you know him? Do you? Say hello. Say hello. Say hello.
Are you finished? Let's go.
Big boy, you like thunderstorms? Huh? Bet you do, right? Uh-huh. Little thunder.
Stop it.
Little lightning.
Stop it.
Thunder, lightning, thunder, lightning. Ears! Oh!
The Rundown was directed by Peter Berg, who directed Battleship, which we did not too long ago. He was also he is an actor as well as a director. He was in A Midnight Clear, which we did last December. His first film was Very Bad Things, which I recall being a very bad movie. The Rundown was his second film. So this was just his second directorial outing. It's written by R.J. Stewart and James Vanderbilt. You can thank James Vanderbilt for things like Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2, or you can kick him in the butt for those. It
you
stars
give him the. I was thinking of what the Rock's finishing move was, like the Rock Slam or whatever.
It does star Dwayne.
Rock Bottom. It's called the Rock Bottom.
Rock Bottom. There you go. Yeah, give him the Rock Bottom. Give him the upper decker. Dwayne The Rock Johnson plays Beck. He doesn't have any kind of last name. He's just known as Beck. But again, not the musician. Seann William Scott, who will forever be known to me as Stifler, plays Travis Walker. Rosario Dawson plays Mariana. Christopher Walken plays Cornelius Hatcher. Thank you very much. John Grease plays, I think, his brother in the movie, right? Harvey. I think it's supposed to be his brother, or something like that. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
I can't remember. Ewan Bremner plays Declan, and it has a very small cameo right at the beginning of the film from Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think he just says, "Have fun," right? As he's leaving a club as The Rock is coming into the club. It is takes place in Brazil, but it's filmed mostly in Hawaii.
Yep.
So this is a movie that I have never seen, but because it's your week, you have seen it before.
I have, yes.
So you get to say, what did you think about it? I guess the first time you saw it, and what did you think about, and how long ago was that, and what did you think about it this time?
So this was one of those movies I discovered on HBO, and I remember really liking. Like, I don't think I've saw the whole thing because I don't remember the beginning scene. Like, I feel like I've only seen from when he gets to Brazil, and on, right?
Yeah.
So that first scene was surprising to me. But yeah, I just remember this being like, I don't know if underrated is a great word for it, but I just remember it being like a really solid movie that not a lot of people talk about, because I feel like The Rundown and Walking Tall were like two really solid entries by The Rock that just kind of, I feel like, they're kind of overlooked a little bit, right?
Yeah. And Walking Tall was right after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And The Walking Tall is also a remake.
Yeah.
This one's not.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But so I was really kind of looking forward to this because I remember liking it a whole lot. And I still like it. I think it's, it's maybe based off of what we just saw with Midnight Run. I think you kind of make or break based on the chemistry of the two leads, right?
Mhm.
And I think, you know, The Rock and Stifler, Seann William Scott, pair well with each other. I think they're funny. You know, obviously, Seann William Scott is going bigger and everything like that, and the movie's a little bit bigger, more exaggerated. But I think he rises to the occasion. I do think Seann William Scott, outside of the American Pie movies, has done a couple of interesting and can act, and I find him interesting. So I enjoy seeing him not as Stifler in this kind of movie and stuff like that. And the action's kind of fun. You left off your list. You have Ernie Raines Jr. in it. You know, Kano from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 2.
Yeah, I did.
Or he also played the Ninja Turtles. Like I love me some Ernie Raines. Surf Ninjas, Ernie Raines Jr. I mean, he's a great martial artist, a great actor. So yeah, I think this movie's a lot of fun. It delivers on what it's supposed to, and it's interesting. You know, you said it with your synopsis, and watching these movies back to back, it's like, oh, you know, it's interesting how close, how there's some shared DNA between the movies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an enjoyable watch for me. But since you haven't seen this before, I'm really curious. So you just chose it. So what'd you know about it before, and what'd you think of it this time around?
I mean, I didn't really know a whole lot about it. I wasn't sure if I had seen it. I kind of thought this was one of those movies that maybe I had just seen and had forgotten, but I actually had never seen it. It was completely new to me. I really didn't know much. I knew, kind of looking at why I paired it with this, you know, that Dwayne Johnson plays I think they call him a retrieval expert in the film, but he's a bounty hunter basically, but that's about it. But I couldn't agree more with you. I mean, I think it's a very fun movie. I had a really good time watching it. It's plenty of action, I laughed enough in it. It's good comedy as well. I like when they eat the little fruit and the faces look all distorted and weird. The monkeys, kind of getting to them or whatever.
Kick the Rock's butt.
Ewan Bremner gets a little annoying, but that's really my only complaint.
Is that when he comes with the
bagpipe guy? Yeah,
stuff,
he's kind of annoying. But other than that, I mean, I just thought this was a pretty solid, fun movie. Like you, I think it's not enough people have seen it. I read that it was a box office failure. They did not make its money back, so I don't know why people didn't go see this, because I feel like it's a fun. I mean, I don't think it's as good as Midnight Run, but it's pretty damn good. I mean, I think it's a lot of fun, and it's definitely worth seeing, just like Midnight Run is. So I don't know. Get on it, people. Why did you not go see it?
It's like a sillier version of Midnight Run, a little bit, a little more elevated. It's interesting. The one thing I was thinking about when I was watching this is, like, you see The Rock get his butt whooped pretty.
Yeah.
And I don't think we get that very much with The Rock anymore.
No,
like, I don't know if his stature with either way he perceives himself or the way he is in popular culture would let him be that way anymore. Because he kind of plays like, not a bad guy, but not a like good guy, right?
Yeah.
Because I even think, like, even though he's going to be playing the Black Adam in, the upcoming Shazam movie, he's supposed to be more of an anti-hero, and you're supposed to, sympathize with him and stuff like that. And he's not like a Lex Luthor, an all out and out kind of villain, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think The Rock kind of won't play roles like this anymore, which I think this is really interesting, like, of role to see him in and stuff like that.
I agree.
And he looks tiny too. Tiny for Rock standards.
Yeah, well, I like that opening scene where he kicks the football guy's ass, because some of those guys are freaking huge. 6'10", 6'11", whatever they're listed as whenever they come up with the graphics on the screen. But yeah, I thought that was a cool scene.
Yep.
Cool to have the Arnold cameo.
Yep.
I like Rosario Dawson. I like Christopher Walken. So all that stuff. Put that all in place. You've got a recipe for good stuff, I feel like. And this is a good movie. I don't really understand. I don't know, in 2003, I had no interest in seeing it, but I didn't go see it back in 2003. Shame on me. But I don't know why apparently other people followed suit and did not go see it, because, apparently it didn't make its money back. And they've talked about doing a sequel at various times throughout the years, but who knows if it will ever happen. Like you said, who knows if The Rock will play something like this again.
I just don't think he'll play that kind of character.
Yeah.
But we did kind of talk about a little bit the Jungle Cruise coming up, and it seems like, he kind of might be playing something, akin, little adventurer, kind of Indiana Jones-ish kind of thing going on. Yeah. So I'm all for that.
Yeah, me too.
But I think this is a very fun, very silly, solid entry into the bounty hunter things. And I would say, if you like this, I remember I haven't seen Walk Tall Walking Tall in a while, but I also remember that being very solid too. So I would recommend checking that out too.
Yeah, I have seen Walking Tall, and I remember it being decent when I saw it or good when I saw it, but I haven't seen it also in a long time. But yeah, if you haven't seen Midnight Run or The Rundown, do like we did. Pair them up. They make I feel like a good double bill. They're both good. They're both funny. They both got a lot of action. They're good stuff.
Maybe Beck will open up his restaurant right next to Jack's coffee shop.
Jack's coffee shop. There you go.
There you go.
All right, it's 69% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, so it is fresh. 66% audience score. Roger Ebert did give it thumbs up. Leonard Maltin gives it 2.5 stars. Yeah. He's just kind of right there in the middle with it.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
Viewer question.
So we chose one that is picking out a star from this movie, and talked about him last time when I was talking about the Fast and Furious movies. And we're talking about how The Rock has kind of Dwayne The Rock Johnson has career has kind of skyrocketed since this movie. Mm-hmm. So do you have a favorite Rock movie? Rock, Dwayne Johnson?
I was looking through his filmography. So first of all, I feel like I'm kind of handicapped on this because I have yet to see some of his newer stuff. I haven't seen any of the Jumanji sequels. Okay. I've only seen the original Jumanji, which obviously is not.
But you've seen Rampage.
I've seen Rampage and Skyscraper. I haven't seen Moana though, right?
Oh,
so that's stuff like that. Yeah, I mean that counts. That's,
Moana.
It doesn't matter. It's animated. But yeah, so I feel like some of those movies I need to see before I make a definitive answer.
Well, it's like me with Robert De Niro. I was just like,
yeah. I mean, you mentioned Fighting with My Family, which I thought was good. He's not really the star of that, so I didn't put that at the top of my list.
Yeah, and he plays kind of himself, but we both like that movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. I would say my favorite is honestly probably Pain and Gain. I think I mentioned that. Was that my favorite Michael Bay movie?
Yeah, I think it might have been. Yeah.
So I think it's also my favorite. Again, because things like Walking Tall and is Walking Tall the one with Johnny Knoxville?
I would have to look at it. I don't remember off the top of my head.
So there's a few movies that he kind of did there in the early to mid 2000s that I probably saw, but I've just completely forgotten.
Blacked them out.
Yeah, like Pain and Gain is more recent in my memory. I didn't want to choose any of the Fast and Furious movies because I think he's only, what is he, in 6, 7, and 8? And then now Hobbs and Shaw.
5.
Oh, he's in 5 too?
5, 6, 7. I don't think, is he in 8?
Maybe he bowed out for 8.
Yeah, and I think he came back for Hobbs and Shaw.
Him and Vin Diesel.
Button heads,
and so he did Hobbs and Shaw.
Actually,
so I didn't pick any of the Fast and Furious movies as my favorite, but probably Pain and Gain. I think that's a solid Michael Bay film that probably more people need to see. I think everybody's seen his really big blockbuster films, but not Pain and Gain. What about you?
So I agree with you. I think like I said when I was talking about watching the Fast and Furious movies, I do think he shines the most out of that cast. Mm-hmm. He just brings an energy and electricity to it that is really interesting. So I also, like you, I didn't want to really call him out on those movies. I do like him as Moana. Again, it goes off his charisma and he kind of sings a little bit. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think we landed at the same movie. I think my favorite movie he's done is Pain and Gain. Pain and Gain is just surprising movie from Michael Bay. It stars him and Mark Wahlberg, and they both kind of play against type a little bit. It's a little bit of a send-up of like what him and Mark Wahlberg do, which is look physically fit and look good for movies and stuff like that, and like that kind of culture and stuff like that. Although they're not actors, they're just bodybuilders or personal trainers and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the movie is just very much a send-up, and it's just kind of subversive in a way, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm with you. I think Pain and Gain is probably my favorite Rock performance because also it's not like what you think of The Rock as you think of The Rock and Rampage and Skyscraper and all that stuff. The first Jumanji sequel, the Welcome to the Jungle, I think it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think the next one is the next level or something.
Is pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I fall on it.
I'm gonna check them out eventually. Just haven't got around to them yet.
All right. Well, now it's your turn, guys. Let us know what your favorite Rock movie is. Movie that has The Rock. Dwayne The Rock Johnson in it. It can be The Rock, but he's not in that movie. So that's off limits. So let us know if you're watching us on YouTube. Leave a comment down below. That'd be cool. Or if you're listening to us, shoot us an email. And our email address is realshame@gmail.com. We also answer viewer questions like this one that's sent to that email address. So send those to us, realshame@gmail.com, plug. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, do all that social media stuff with the show because that helps spread the word, and we really do appreciate that. And stay tuned next week. We kind of talked about the director of one of the movies next week in our thing, and there are going to be some movies that you haven't seen. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you Monday, guys, with some interesting episodes. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.